What's going on, everyone? Kevin here for another 8-4 RTR block draft, 4 mana week. I'm trying to do a little bit different of a strategy here. I've been trying to stay open, and so far my decks, if you've been watching, haven't really turned out too great except for the one Esper deck, which I thought was pretty good. Here, I think the Pyre-Wild Shaman is pretty good, but I don't know that it's better than like a Whirleader's Helix. The problem possibly with taking the Whirleader's Helix here, which is probably what I am going to take, is that it passes kind of a bad signal in that the person to our left might just take the first blade. I think the Krozda Gorgon is actually pretty good. The Crawl Warrior also pretty good. The person to our left, depending on how they draft this format, will probably take the first blade, which means maybe we don't get Boros cards back, which is the idea when you take a Whirleader's Helix, but it is pretty splashable. I think Alive and Well is pretty okay too. But we're going to take the Whirleader's Helix. I haven't had a chance to play with it, and it's obviously quite good. I think Pyre-Wild Shaman is okay too. The person to our left also might take that card, so maybe it's bad to take a red card, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here I think I'm going to take another take a Punish the Enemy. I think Sin Collector is okay. It's probably more of a constructed card, although I would definitely play it in one of these decks. Rot Farm is fine. Whoever... They took the rare out of this pack, clearly, because it's not here. I think Thrashing Moss Dog is also really good, but 2 removal spells in the first 2 cards is good. They're both red, and then we can either go white or try to go Gruul in pack 2. So I'm going to try to be a little more focused than I've been in some of my other drafts. Although as I say that, then I get a Beetle Form Mage, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, but I think I'm going to just stick with trying to stick in these colors. In RTR and in Gatecrash, I try to stay open since it's 3 packs of the same thing, stay open, and then usually get kind of rewarded for that, but I don't think that is going to work, and in fact it has not worked for me yet. I think I'm going to take the Crawl Warrior. Maybe we go Gruul and just splash white for like a Whirleader's Helix. I'm not sure that that's the best way to go. Flux Charger is also pretty good, in which case we could be Boros and then just splash some Izzet cards. I think Flux Charger is pretty good. In fact, we have 2 instants, so it makes this guy pretty good. I think I'm going to take the Flux Charger, actually. I think Crawl Warrior is probably a fine pick also. Okie dokie. Nothing really here, actually, for what we're trying to do. Yeah, I don't think Toil and Trouble's that good. I guess you could use it as a burn spell. And if you play black, the Toil part's fine. It doesn't look like we're going to be red-black. I mean, you never know. So for us, probably take the Izzet Cluestone. I like Guildgates better, or maybe the Gruul Cluestone. And we don't have anything green yet. I don't really want to take the Gatekeepers. I think Maze Abomination's fine. I'm not really excited about the Maze Sentinel. I'm not excited about Gleam of Battle. I think here I'm going to take the Izzet Cluestone, and maybe we end up just splashing blue in play red white splash blue or red blue splash white. Either way, that'll help us. Alright, Wear and Tear is fine, but I don't think that's what I want to take right now. Likewise, I don't want to take a Dimir Cluestone. I think... I think I'm going to take the Maze Glider. It's that or the Boros Mastiff. It has Boros right in the name, but not really sure which one of these 2 is better. I guess it depends on if we go red blue splash white or red white splash blue. I don't like the Piker. I would say we're not that aggressive right now. I'll take the Glider, and if I get a whole bunch of Boros cards, then Mastiff is replaceable, I would say. Okay, definitely not playing a Render Silent, although I think it's a pretty cool looking card. It's an interesting design on that card. Not just drawing wise, but I think what it does is pretty interesting, but not to take it here. So here we could either take the Mastiff, which sticks in red, white, and blue, the USA colors, or we can take the Moss Dog. I think the Moss Dog's a lot better than a Boros Mastiff. I mean, you could take the Phantasm too, but the Moss Dog is just so good. I mean, we could play, if I don't play the Flux Charger, like if we get a ton of Gruul cards and we splash white, I think it's fine. I'm going to take the Moss Dog. I think it's good enough. Jesus, a Krasis Incubation, pick 7, huh? This is where I get lost, people. This card's good. It's good, right? You guys should know this card's pretty good. It's basically a rest. So, I mean, by seeing this, it doesn't tell me that Simic's going to be open pack 2 because we passed the Beetleform Mage, and obviously we're not going to get Simic cards from the right. We're going to get them from the left. So it's interesting. I mean, a Guildgate might be fine too. Get some fixing in. But we might be playing blue-green. If we play blue-green, we're definitely splashing. I'm going to take the Guildgate. I don't know. That might not be right. Council of the Absolute, huh? That's not worth anything, is it? I don't think so. No, half a ticket, 1 ticket. I think actually, this is actually an interesting choice. Another Guildgate would be good. I like Runner's Bane too, though. Interesting. I mean, a Guildgate really helps us play, obviously, both red and green cards. We only have 1 green card right now. I'm going to take the Guildgate. I think Runner's Bane's actually pretty good, but good lord. You know, I've been reading. My decks have come out pretty bad so far. So I've been reading drafting strategy on this. Believe it or not, I actually try to be good at Magic. I know it probably doesn't seem like it sometimes if you watch my videos. But, on Channel Fireball, Ben Stark says, always, if you can, try to cut off a gate crash picks by taking, like, these guys, so the guy to your left, passes you stuff. Anyway, I'm taking that. But that's, like, one of the cards he says is, like, one of the best cards in the set. If you have to take that card to try to cut off gate crash. But it wheeled. It wheeled. So what the hell do I know, people? What the hell do I know? All I know is that Azorius Cluestone, I mean, if we end up playing blue and white, it would work. And I guess we're probably not trying to be there. I'll take it just in case. I hope to not play that. And, okay. So a Runner's Bane came really late anyway, so we will take that. Not playing black, although I think this is probably the second best Maze card behind the Glider. I think this is probably the worst one. I'm not going to play I'll just take the Rakdos Cluestone. I don't expect to play all these cards at all. I don't expect to play any of these Cluestones, actually. But we'll take them just in case. I can actually play a Maze Rusher, probably. Not going to play that, but it's foily. Okay, so at this point, we got some good fixing. We could play red, white, green. We could play red, green, blue. We could play red, green, white. Want to play red for sure. So we open Lazov. Interestingly, I think I opened Lazov just the other day. Lazov's good, but clearly not going in this deck. So now's probably the time you have to figure out if you want to go Boros or, in Boros, and you can still splash like big cards like this. And I think Sunhome Guildmate is just good enough that we probably want to be in red-white with the Helix and the First Blade. And, we definitely want to be in red. This is a lot better if you're red-white. It's not nearly as good if you splash it, because you need to pay red and white for it to do anything. But I still think, without knowing... this is never coming back. Experiment 1 would work. We could play green. We could play blue. Although I wouldn't be, I'd be okay not playing Flux Charger, Runner's Bane, or Maze Glider, and just playing red, white, or red, white, green. But we're gonna take the Guild Mage because it's just really good. All right. Well, the rare's taken out of this pack. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of cards in here for us. No matter what combination we want to play. If we play red, white, green, we probably don't want to be defensive. which Basilica Guards kind of is, although the Extort's pretty nice on it. Again, I don't want to be playing like Aetherize. I mean, if we played blue-green, we could play the Shamble Shark, but if we were going to play that, we would have taken the Krasis Incubation. In fact, I would say we're going to play red-white splash green or red-green splash white. Probably not play the blue cards, but haven't decided that yet. So for us, I mean, we could take a Bomber Core, but it's just not that good. Spire Tracer also not that good. I don't want to play 4 colors. I think I'm just going to take the Boros Guildgate, and I would take a good Boros card, but I like Basilica Guards, but and maybe we're not going to be that aggressive, but I'm so tired of my mana sucking. Okay, well this is a good sign, I would say. Disciple's pretty good, Massive Raid's pretty good, Sky Knight Legionnaire is really good, is probably what I'm going to take, and Arrows of Justice is really good. I actually like Arrows of Justice. I would definitely take that card here second over Sky Knight Legionnaire, but if we're trying to play an aggressive Boros deck, we have and I'm going to hide these clue stones for now. Like, if I need to play them, I'll play them, but for now, we don't want to. These are the gates we want to play, really, and we don't. I mean, another guild gate would be fine, but you know, some of these cards are fine. Arrows of Justice is another removal spell, but if we're trying to be an aggressive kind of deck, which we're not at the moment, Sky Knight Legionnaire is just good. We need creatures, and it's a good one. I like arrows, but got to take the Sky Knight Legionnaire. Okay, well, good news for us is maybe things are going kind of our way. We're almost certainly red, so Warmind Infantry's... These 3 cards are all super good, and I honestly don't even know which one I want right now. And I think even Hold the Gates is pretty playable if you're playing several gates. Creatures you control always have Vigilance, by the way, even if you don't have a gate. The way the card read it makes it sound almost like you have to have a gate for your guys to have Vigilance, but that is not the case. They just get +0/+1 for each gate, but they always have Vigilance. Anyway, for us, this is tough. I kind of feel like I need the creatures, so the Warmind Infantry, I probably need to load up on some 2-drops. At the same time, the Mugging is just, I mean, Mugging is always good, and Gruul Charm is just retarded good too, although we don't know if we're green yet. You know, I'd love to take either of these cards, but I think I need some creatures, and I want to be early and aggressive. Okay, so there's still a few cards for us here. I'm still trying to stay in the Boros colors and splash green. I don't mind splashing like a Moss Dog. And we're mostly red-white, I would say. So for me, I'm going to stick with, let me see what we got. Court Street Denizen and Sunhome work good together, but let's see. We got 1 white creature, 3 white creatures. It's not a ton. Scorchwalker or Cinder Elemental's probably the pick here. I guess Cinder Elemental. It's not super fast. Well, maybe I'd rather have the Blood Rusher. No, I'm going to take the Cinder Elemental. I think it's harder to replicate that effect. Okay, so it looks like maybe we're in good colors here. Our deck is filling out. Again, it's a tough choice between Arrows of Justice and Ember Beast. Removal, obviously, is good. Maybe I can just fill my deck up with mediocre red and white creatures. Arrows of Justice being really strong, but, I mean, I don't know. I think the point of this type of deck is we want to get out the gate fast and punish the enemy by having them have trouble with their mana or be slow. Plus a 3/4 is just pretty good. I think Arrows of Justice is actually really good, but I think we want to be more aggressive than that. And I'm going to take the Ember Beast. That might be wrong, but I'm trying to stick with a more centralized game plan. My last few drafts I've been kind of wishy-washy, and I end up solid 3 color or 2.5 color instead of being 2 and a splash, and I think it's really kind of I might just have drawn out poorly because my opponents who are playing 4 and 5 color don't seem to have any problems, but I'm tired of it, and I think I'd like to try a more centralized strategy. None of these cards are going to be making our deck. They're all black and white, and I guess black blue. Ooze Flux isn't going to really do anything. I'm going to take Naturalize for the sideboard. Alright, so if you were wondering if you were in the right colors, this is the last pick in this pack before the wheel, right? Maybe one more? I get confused. Actually, no, it's the last one. So Wheeljack Halberdiers made it all the way around. I mean, I think Boros Charm is really good. Really good, but I want the creature. Okay, Ruination War made it back. This is the pack we opened. This is what I'm saying, is we can play red, white, and splash just like a Moss Dog, which is good anytime. Obviously a 3/3 for 4 is good if you play it right away, but it's always got Scavenge and it's always got Reach, which is going to be something this deck has problems with, is Flyers. And the Ruination Worm is just a big beast we can play with our 2 Guild Gates for fixing. So I would say, so far, I feel like this deck is coming together pretty good. I'm going to take the Zarichi Tiger here. I don't want to play a Spire Tracer. I'm not that green. And even though this guy's not amazing, I've come to like him a little more in the slower format. We don't want to be slow, we want to be fast, but I mean, I think maybe we'd sideboard a Beckon Apparition. Maybe. I don't think I want to play a Wildwood Rebirth. I think I was going to take the Corpse Blockade. It's pretty annoying for us, so I'll just take it. I'll take the Foundry Street Denizen. I don't really like it in this format. I don't really want to play it, but if I have to, I can. And so I would say that this draft is going a bit better than, and I'm going to go ahead and, I mean, I could still play blue. Right now we have 2 green cards and 3 blue cards. We don't have any fixing for blue other than, I think probably, okay. Well, there's your answer. I don't think we have any fixing for blue except for maybe like a Clue Stone. And Detention Sphere is obviously awesome, but this guy isn't called a Mythic Uncommon for no reason. This guy just wins games, and even though it's a 2-drop in a deck where we're trying to be pretty aggressive, this is really not as much of a 2-drop as it seems because all of its abilities go deeper than that. It's not great in a deck where you're just splashing a couple green cards because we're not going to have a ton of mana to do stuff with it, but I still think it's worth playing. And especially with our Guildgate fixing, I think green's way better way to go. I like the Tension Sphere, but we're not going to play that. Hopefully something wheels for us in this pack. There's a Gorehouse, Centaur Healer's fine as a splash, and a Keening Apparition, something like that. But we're going to take the Guild Mage and maybe plan on adding a couple extra force for it rather than playing 1. Maybe we'll add 2 or something. We'll see how the mana comes out. There's some good cards here for us as well. Annihilating Fire is really strong. Indrik would be fine. Actually, a lot of these cards would be fine. Stab Wound is obviously awesome. So the person to our right either opened a bomb or is not playing black. We're not playing that. So for what we're doing, it's either the Annihilating Fire or the Knightly Valor. We do have 15 creatures. The Centaur Healer would be good too. Maybe one of those will get back to us, although kind of doubtful. Maybe even the Decoy or the Indrik would be pretty sweet. Or Eyes in the Sky. Something might come back to us, of course, might. But here, a Knightly Valor seems pretty good, but I think I have to take the removal, especially since we're pretty red. Yeah, that's all there is to that. Let's see, how are we on color sort? Yeah, we're mostly red. I might even play this Maze Rusher, even though it's... I will see. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and hide the blue cards, because even though I wouldn't have minded playing them, we're not playing them. So here, a lot of blue cards. Across the Monitor's fine. Horncaller Chant is fine. The question is, how many white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 white. I mean, we're pretty white. I could probably get away with playing a Sunspire Griffin with double white. The Azorius Justiciar would be fine. Pursuit of Flight, I don't want to play unless I'm playing blue, which we're not going to do. So I would say, I mean, the Justiciar's fine. I think the Sunspire Griffin's fine, though, because we're going to be playing enough white cards, enough white mana sources. This guy's pretty sick, so I would say so far our deck's looking pretty good. I feel like it's pretty good. I felt that way about my Esper deck, and I lost in the first round, so you never know. I don't know if I want to go 2 double whites. How many removal spells do we got? We got Annihilating Fire, Helix, Cinder Elemental I'm going to count as one, even though obviously it's not great for that, and a Punish the Enemy, so 4 removal spells. This just gets rid of anything, though, and I don't know about another double white. More creatures would be good, though. This one's a particularly good one. I think this is a tough call. We're at 17 playables right now if you take out the lands. So we need to pick up some stuff. We only got 14. I'm going to take this. I think maybe the Judgment would be fine if we weren't trying to be so aggressive and if we didn't need the creatures, but we do, and we are trying to be aggressive. Growing Ranks would be awesome if we had anything that, I mean, I guess with the Guild Mage, but that's it. So that's not where we're going to go. If you open this in a triple RTR draft, though, take that and then just take as many populate guys as you can. You in business. But obviously we're not doing that. Throw Kill is also super good. For us, we're kind of out of cards. I'm not going to play Heroes Reunion. Don't need a Guild Gate. So it's between the Tenement Crasher, which I mean, this guy's probably okay. I think 5/4 haste might be better than 6/3. All my guys get haste, but I'm not sure about that. In fact, most of my color. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna take the Swift Justice, but most of my guys that are multicolored, other than the Halberdiers and the Sunhome, I guess there's a few of them that don't come with haste already. Jeez. You know, I talked to my buddy. We do some about Swiss drafts and how, you know, Swiss drafts don't really help you. Probably in 8/4, people know what they're doing a little better. You can't really count on that kind of stuff happening. And then you see Stab Wound, pick 6. That's the second pick 6. People should be playing numerous colors, right? This card's still good. Trust me, this card is still super good. Anyway, I guess we can just talk about that or try to take a card that might work for us. And I guess it's Giant Growth. Alright, so clearly nobody's playing black. And no one's playing Bora or Rakdos, because these cards are. In fact, no one's playing black because all three of these cards are just pretty good, and we've seen the Stab Wounds go super late. So I'm not sure how we ended up in a draft where no one went black, like nobody. But Trader's Instinct's probably going to be pretty fine for us. Power Convergence might be better too, actually, but and we've got plenty, but we're not going to be doing that. So Trader's Instinct it is. Okay, this isn't bad. I mean, Druid Deliverance is but I think Electricity or Cobble Brood are both pretty good. Even the Racketeer's probably not too bad. So it looks like we're going to have a deck. So hooray. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 green cards. A lot more white. Welcome back. If you're familiar with my recording software, it kind of sucks. So you missed me picking a Cobble Brute and an Axebane Stag and a Chorus of Might. And here I'm going to take a Horncaller's Chant. I don't think I'm going to go this deep. Oh, Tenement Crusher came back. I don't think I want to play a double red 2/1 haste. I want to be aggressive, but I don't want to need 2 red. So take Tenement Crusher. We're going to have a deck, which is pretty sweet. I think having a deck is good, I think. I don't know why you would pass this over a land. I mean, that would be good in someone's deck. Clearly no one's black. But sorry you missed a couple picks there. We're pretty much done. It was between Cobble Brood and I don't remember now, something not that good. And we ended up taking the Cobble Brood. So I think I don't want to be results oriented, so I want to just come out and say that I'm pretty sure that this deck is quite a bit better than most of the decks I've drafted. I might still lose in the first round. Sometimes you just lose. I mean, shit happens, right? But I think that this one feels pretty good. Alright, we're at 21. I mean, we get a little deep with like a 6-drop, but I think that's okay. 21, I mean, we're pretty heavy red-white, just barely splash. Well, we got 5 green cards, but very heavy red-white, obviously. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red creatures for this. I don't think I'm going to need a Clue Stone, and I'm trying to be aggressive, and none of those Clue Stones even help me. So we're not going to play any of those. We could play any of our blue cards. Hooray! So I guess really the options for my last card, I mean, my last couple cards, we're not playing 10th Street Market. I'm not going to play the Wildwood Rebirth at this point in time. We don't really have any bombs we got to get back. So we're going to play 2 of these 6 cards. I mean, we're not going to main deck and naturalize, although I've seen lots of enchantments, so it's probably not a terrible idea. Now there's so many enchantments. So I'd say our deck came out a little thin. I mean, I think it's pretty good, actually. 14 creatures isn't good. We're going to play the Foundry Street Denizen, even though it's not amazing. And then I think we're gonna play one of these guys. Let's see, what do we got? 1 multicolor, 2 multicolor, 3 multicolor. This one already has haste, so I'm not going to count it. So does this one. Yeah, 4 multicolored creatures. So I think a 6/3 haste by itself is worse than a 5/4 haste. I mean, you can maybe surprise him, but it's a lot easier to kill this guy than this guy. So I think we're going to add that guy. And the question is just, would we rather play something huge, like 2 of those guys, or would we rather play the Foundry Street Denizen? And I think we have 1... You know, 10 red creatures. I mean, this may not be amazing, but early on we'll probably get enough that it probably won't be that bad. We're going to play it. 5, 6, 3. I don't know that I need 3, although it would be kind of nice. I mean, the Moss Dog Scavenge is 2 green. Not that that's necessary. I would be more concerned about my green for the Guildmage's abilities, although since we don't have anything to populate other than Centaurs, really at that point we probably still only need 1 green, because we're probably not going to be pumping in more than 4 a turn, and probably only need 1 green for that. So I actually don't think we need that many. We do want double white for sure, plus we already have 3 red sources here for 9. And then 2 green, so that's 5. So 9, 5, 7, and... Oh wait, that puts us over the mark. So that'd be 9, 5, 7. I mean, maybe 9, 4, 7 is the way to go. Oh, I did my math bad. I'm bad at math. No, that's right. 14. Yeah, that's right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 white, and a couple doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 red. So 12, 16, and 5. 12, 16, and 5, and this gives us 7, 9, 4. Let me write this down. 12, 16, 5, and this gives me 7, 8, 4. I think that's probably right. Yeah, alright, so let's see if we do a little better this time. Like I said, regardless of results, I think this deck's probably a bit better than most of my other decks have been. So, it still looks fairly aggressive. It looks a little bit more centralized. I mean, cards like Zarichi Tiger, would I rather have another, good Boros card? Yes, but, it is what it is. I think we got some pretty okay late cards. Obviously, black was wide open. I don't know how that happened, but sometimes stuff like that happens. So I'll see you in round 1.